Sound.com. What I'm saying.
Yeah. See, now people like to talk, I don't really like to hear them. See these dudes snaking, that's why I don't get near them. This rapper's in my blood, I don't even need a serum. Hometown kids, so you hear the city cheering. Lately I've been going off. Think I'm killing now, man, just wait till this my job. I'm trying to PC sauce, I mean every word I'm saying. They don't even care, they want me rhyming off the top. Yeah. Still been going in, been doing this since 2K, was rhyming in the whip. Listening to Under Pressure, then I got good kids. Since a child with the braces, always knew that I could spit. Now I'm going over heads, they spending bread at these bars. I made these bars to get my bread, don't care what no one says. Y'all are such a mess, they want me going down with. I took another route instead, what's up?
Sound.com.
As much as I can hate it, man, there's no place like my home. Remember in my childhood, I prayed that I was grown. Now I finally made it, man, I wish the time it froze. Yeah, your relationships was pure. Ain't thinking about cheating when you out there on that tour. Never had your heart broken right up at its core. You ain't need these riches, you was happy when you poor. And when the music getting quiet, it's crazy just how loud your thoughts be getting in that silence. You can never shut it off, but we both know you will try it. Brother, why you fighting? My tongue starts moving, I don't even try to bite it. My real thoughts hidden, I don't even try to write it. If I said I was happy, man, you know that I'd be lying, it's real.
What it do, what it do. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, share, comment to my YouTube channel. Most definitely hit that bell icon, the notification bell that alert you all content that will drop to my YouTube channel that will hit your devices. So it's very important. If y'all want the latest, current, up-to-date content as soon as I drop it, make sure you hit that bell icon. Also, make sure you hit the thumbs up, the AKA the like button. YouTube appreciate that. S.L.R Media TV appreciate that. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I need everybody to go double back and go to my second YouTube channel, S.L.R Sports News TV. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment over there. It helps both of my channels grow, get more subscribers, get more viewers, pushes both of my YouTube channels further into the YouTube algorithm to get noticed. So it's very important that you support both of my YouTube channels. You like the content, you like what I do, make sure you hit the Cash App, $ SRED 40. Shout out to my subscribers. Shout out to my future subscribers. We in the building. You see the title, The War in Hip Hop. Diddy versus 50 Cent. Part 3. You know what we do. Let's go ahead and get into it.
It's like, not throwing 23 the balls. The fuck up. You think I'm gonna allow that? We about to call a timeout, y'all. Okay? So everybody, let's get in the frequency, get in the vibe, get ready.
You hear Diddy? Let's get it. What up, Cologne? What up? We here. Yes, sir. Yo, we in the motherfucking building. Smash that like button, hit the subscribe button. We on the road to 5,000 subscribers. Let's go. Let's get it.
The rivalry between 50 Cent and Diddy has been a long-standing one in the hip-hop industry. 50 Cent has been vocal about his disdain for Diddy. and their feud has been well documented over the years.
Fighting Drake. When you hit Drake, because he used the beat that he didn't actually use.
0 to 100.
Right, you see what I'm saying? So if he heard it, and then he heard Drake use it, but it wasn't a hit yet until Drake put the lines on it. And he's upset about that because he can't hear it, but he felt like he took something from him. And he did something to him for that. Puff can't even hear it. See, I know he couldn't.
Puff can't hear a hit? That's kind of crazy.
He still hear things from back then, that time.
Oh, got you now.
Right.
Okay, got you.
He can't buy the right. He can't. You play it for him right now, and it's hot.
The rapper revealed that he avoided Diddy due to Diddy's reputation for being overly affectionate with friends, and his expectation of reciprocation during outbursts.
That's why I don't be going to them puffy parties. They can hug you from the front and the back at the same time. What the fuck you talking about? Look, if you into that, I'm fine with it. To each his own. I'm just saying this ain't my motherfucking counterpart. Like, it's uncomfortable. I think I belong in the girls' bathroom. And shit like that is going on.
50 Cent has been open about his feud with Diddy, even attending a public event where Diddy was the subject of good-natured jokes and teasing. The event was a lighthearted roast, where Diddy was playfully mocked by those in attendance.
We're here today to roast Puff Daddy. We actually found out why they call him Puffy. They call him Puffy because that's how he leaves his girlfriends after the relationship. And Biggie called him Puffy because Puffy would get so angry. He would work himself up that he would huff and he would puff and he would blow Meek Mill. No one gives a about this man's music. It's not a loss at all. In fact, I Googled Diddy's greatest hits and no songs came up. Just photos of Tupac, Biggie, and his ex-wife Kim. Okay.
The feud between 50 Cent and Diddy has a long history, with rumors and speculation surrounding Diddy's involvement in the deaths of Biggie and Tupac. While the circumstances of their deaths remain a topic of debate, 50 Cent has publicly expressed his beliefs and is reportedly working on a documentary exploring his views on the matter.
Cent and Netflix are teaming up to broadcast Diddy Do It. But what if I told you the beef between these two started over Biggie's death? So in 2006, 50 Cent released a song called The Bomb, where he accused Puffy of knowing who shot Biggie. It was way deeper. After the sale of vitamin water, Curtis got into the liquor business with Ethan Vodka, which at the time, Diddy had the #1 spot with Ciroc. Therefore attacking Ciroc for high amounts of sugar that gives you headaches, and posting on social media, #NoPuffyJuice over here. Diddy from the beginning said he has no beef with 50 and that it's all love. But recently his son King Combs spoke on the matter.
When all they had was 50 Cent, who put this city on the map? Stop lying.
Take that. Is Diddy. Hold up. Say what? Yo, 50 just mad because Diddy and his baby mama doing jumping jacks and cartwheels, and she was loving it. And 50's mad because Diddy made his baby mama do things that 50 could never even found or even ask. That's what you get, 50. Looking bad, hating on another man. You know there's a price on your head when Diddy gets out. You know it. You gotta know it. You know there's a price on your head. You gotta know it's a price on your head.
It was just a question of time before 50 Cent showed up. And when he did, he came in full blast. No filter, no compassion. Just
today we're really jumping into a 20-year masterclass in destruction.
Yeah, this is the big one, the mogul warfare between Sean Diddy Combs and Curtis 50 Cent Jackson.
Today we're really jumping into a 20-year masterclass in destruction.
Yeah, this is the big one, the mogul warfare between Sean Diddy Combs and Curtis 50 Cent Jackson.
Exactly. And it's so unique because it didn't just stay in the music. It went from like shady bars all the way to a public legal reckoning that's, well, it's culminating today in 2025.
And you really have to get the foundational opposition here. I mean, on one hand, you had Diddy.
The quintessential flashy mogul, the white parties, the whole image.
Exactly. Purely image-driven. And then you have 50 Cent, a gritty, Queens-based hustler.
The guy who famously survived 9 bullet wounds. That's his whole brand.
That's his brand. They were always in a clash. They represented completely opposite extremes of success.
It's funny, though, because at first it seemed like they were, cordial.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
Right.
Diddy presents 50 with the best rap video VMA in 2003, calls him Playboy on stage.
Yeah.
All smiles.
But that wasn't the real start, was it? The first jab was actually way earlier.
May 2002. 50 drops the track. You Not Like Me, and it's a direct shot. He accuses Diddy of using ghostwriters.
Which is a huge accusation in hip-hop.
That's a huge deal.
Yeah.
But that was just the appetizer. The real clash, the one over money and power, that came in 2005.
The May contract situation.
Right. 50 tries to buy May's contract from Bad Boy, and he goes public, calls Diddy an unreasonable businessman who squeezes his artists dry.
So that's when it pivots from just lyrics to like a real corporate fight.
Exactly.
Okay, so then we get to 2006. This is where it really shifts, like violently. We get the freestyle, the bomb.
And this is not typical trash talk. This is a line nobody crosses in hip-hop.
Why did he do it? Why risk everything to explicitly tie Diddy to Biggie Small's murder in 1997?
It was a calculated detonation. It had to be. He drops that line, "Man, Puffy, know who hit that nah."
Wow.
And it just lands like a bomb. He's not just attacking his music or his business anymore. He's attacking his entire moral standing in the culture.
And he even throws in that line about the white parties, right? About not being invited.
Right. Which just shows you how deeply personal this crusade was becoming for him.
So that really sets the stage for the next phase, which we're calling the mogul warfare era.
Yeah, post-2013, the battle is almost purely business. It becomes the vodka wars.
Diddy's Ciroc versus 50's effin' vodka.
And 50 was just relentless with the shade. Calling Ciroc grapes that would give you a headache, it was constant.
But it wasn't just about vodka, it was about the battlefield itself changing.
Totally. What 50 understood, maybe better than anyone, was the power of social media. After 2016, he weaponized it. Relentless memes promoting documentaries.
Like murder rap, alleging Diddy's involvement in Tupac's murder.
Exactly. He turned public opinion into a strategic asset. And it got so deep it became generational. You even had Diddy's son, King Combs, dissing 50 in 2024 on Pick a Side.
It's jarring looking back to see how much of 50's shade was actually laying the groundwork for real-life legal actions.
It's incredible. And that brings us to the 2025 reckoning. Yeah. It all becomes horrifyingly real, starting in November 2023 with Cassie Ventura's lawsuit.
Then the Homeland Security raids in March 2024.
And eventually, Diddy's conviction on prostitution charges in September 2024. It all just cascaded.
Which is when 50 makes his ultimate final move.
His ultimate commercial move, yeah. He monetizes 2 decades of animosity by producing the Netflix docuseries, Sean Combs. The Reckoning, which is releasing today.
And he's claiming the proceeds will go to victims, which transforms this whole beef into this massive cultural detonation.
And the statements from each side, I mean, they show you just how polarized this is.
Right. 50 is saying it's not personal, the truth outs, but Diddy's team is calling it a vendetta hit piece.
Designed by a longtime adversary, yeah.
So when you step back, this is so much more than just a rap battle.
Oh, it's a terrifying mirror. It reflects hip-hop's hidden power dynamics, its secrets, and just a spectacular public fall from grace.
And 50 Cent basically weaponized shade and attention and turned it into a billion-stream empire.
He absolutely did. He proved that ruthless consistency, especially on social media, is the new path to cultural dominance.
The question we want to leave you with is this. Was 50 Cent's decades-long pursuit a justified takedown of corruption? Or was it a calculated act of petty revenge that simply found a tragic real-life justification?
Something for you to consider as the reckoning lands today.
It was just a question of time before 50 Cent showed up. And when he did, he came in full blast. No filter, no compassion, just plain trolling. Instantly after Cassie's terrifying evidence regarding freak-off, hotel suites, baby oil, wigs, masks, and being taped without her knowledge.
is very detailed information about what she says Sean Combs was having her participate in. And these are those freak-offs and how he would be providing her with drugs, suggesting that she take the drugs. And then she said she wanted to take the drugs for every single freak-off in order to disassociate with what was taking place. She said on the stand that she hated participating in these freak-offs. So this morning, what we've been seeing so far is this playing of the freak-off. So we cannot see this, but the jurors have a privacy screen on their monitor, so they're able to see some videos as well as some still images that the government has focused on in regard to these freak-offs. For the testimony, because we do not have cameras inside a federal courtroom, we're bringing it to you and giving you some quotes from what's said inside while Cassie has been on the stand. So she has been talking about how she was detailing how Combs would recover after the freak-offs. They used IV fluids, massages, and chef-prepared meals. She also said that she depended on opiates to make her feel numb and added she had an ongoing off and on addiction to some of the drugs. So some of the testimony that she has been providing so far, she was also detailing her declining health as a result of the frequent freak-offs. She had stomach issues as well as constant UTIs. Sometimes she had to participate in the freak-offs while infected. So we've heard this theme while she has been on the stand. She was also talking about how at times when she would be in the middle of her freak-offs, she might have to vomit, and then Sean Combs would still force her to participate in the freak-offs even though she was very, very ill.
50 was already up on the internet, making jokes as if it were a stand-up special. He named Diddy Fruit Pop, mocked his hotel arrangements, and stated that the trial was more entertaining than any show on Netflix. He even shared pictures of text messages and clown faces, questioning if Jay-Z still wanted to go out with his boy.
So as you know, the Diddy trial started today, and Cassie hit the stage, and 50 Cent could not control himself. Now, you know 50 Cent and Diddy have been enemies for the longest, and 50 Cent finds every reason to poke at Diddy. But today, he got so much ammo, it don't make no sense. So, 50 Cent just posted a picture of Sean Diddy Combs' jewelry selection. It's a bunch of hymns. And he wrote the caption, "I'm not sure if this is fair, but don't worry, be happy." He's a fool. 50, you out of control for that. Then he goes on and posts this picture. "Your Honor, this theory of Cassie kicking Diddy's ass, I'm not buying it." Yo, he's AIing pictures of himself in the court. That's crazy. He also decided to hit him with this. Yo, this guy's out of control. "Diddy said in your mouth," shaking my head. Yo, Diddy. You gotta. Then he gonna post this. "Down on your luck? Not feeling good today? Well, look at the bright side. You could be Diddy. Chin up." So 50 Cent he has unlimited ammunition now, especially considering the fact that this trial might go on for who knows how long.
But here's the thing. This trial is somber beneath the humor. Cassie talked about being trafficked, videotaped, humiliated, and exploited. And 50 Cent isn't merely laughing at Diddy. He's shredding the entire industry. The silence, the pseudo-friendships, the pseudo-love. This is more than celebrity gossip. It's a reckoning. And Cassie is bringing some truly horrifying things to light.
Because the idea on the defense side is to say that Cassie Ventura was not coerced into these sexual encounters with male prostitutes under threat of violence or humiliation the way prosecutors describe, but was a willing, even eager participant in the swingers lifestyle that they say Sean Combs led.
Aaron, there was also some pretty surprising testimony today about Combs' drug use, allegations that he was addicted to opiates and at one point overdosed. What did we learn?
Well, this was part of the defense strategy, to concede that he's a drug user. Now, maybe the public didn't know the extent, but the defense was pretty frank that at one point he was addicted to opiates. At one point he flew to Mexico to try what Cassie Ventura called a plant medicine type remedy that's not legal in the United States, that the two together tried just about every drug, MDMA, ecstasy, ketamine, that the night of the now infamous freak-off in 2016 in the Los Angeles Intercontinental Hotel, where an assault was then captured on video, that maybe Combs was high on a bad batch of MDMA. But the idea here, Eva, I think, was to say that the violence from Combs was not to coerce Cassie Ventura into sex. It was the result of drugs, or, in another aspect, was the result of jealousy and her infidelity. Because we also heard today, Eva, about her dating Kid Cudi and about her dating the actor Michael B. Jordan, and how that led to some pretty scary arguments, as Ventura put it, with Sean Combs.
Diddy constructed an entire empire on mystery and power. And now it's coming apart in court, in the papers, and on 50 Cent's Instagram feed. When Cassie testified, the courtroom became very quiet. No music, no strobe lights. Just her voice, steady but lethal. She spoke of being drugged, trafficked, coerced into bizarre role-playing sessions with strangers, with Diddy lurking in the background.
The prosecution's star witness taking the stand, but it was more than that. It was how Cassie took that stand. You could hear a pin drop when those doors opened, and a visibly pregnant Cassie Ventura walking past a man she had not seen in 6.5 years. A man she says violently abused her for a decade. A man the prosecution said trafficked her. Well, she sat across from him, placed her overcoat behind her, turning her body slightly toward the jury, rubbing her pregnant belly throughout her testimony. Diddy, well, he was more fidgety than he was the day before. He was passing notes. He pushed himself away from the defense table and largely sat like that. They never seemed to make eye contact with one another, not even after she was crying about having loved him once and planning and participating in these freak-off sex parties because she feared him and she wanted to make him happy, but feeling worthless, feeling disgusting because she didn't want to do it. Now, with each moment, the testimony became more and more graphic. Her delivery, though, it never changed. It was matter of fact, steady, calm. At times, she was even critical of herself, walking us all through how a 10-album record deal came over a 10-year period of abuse and sexual humiliation. And once you hear Cassie's testimony, you'll understand why the courtroom was so tense. She described the freak-offs in lurid detail. She testified about Diddy, who she called Sean, choreographing it all. And she explained a pattern of physical abuse that she could not escape. Cassie told the jury about one freak-off at a hotel where Diddy told her to get into an inflatable pool filled with warm baby oil. The prosecutor asked, "What concerns did you have about not getting into the pool with baby oil?" Cassie responded, quote, that, amongst other things, just his temper. If that is something that he wanted, Sean wanted to happen, that was going to happen. There wasn't another way around it.
And this wasn't a one-time, two-time thing. This was a pattern. There were lights, wigs, cameras. Like a twisted music video nobody requested. And 50? He was also watching on his phone, munching popcorn, tweeting every few hours as if it were a live sporting event.
You heard what he just said, right? He's like, yo, certain things they let it go by because it's Puff. Like they would look, like he would say stuff, and it's like he wasn't like in the closet, he was like in the hallway. Now you see so much shit that you go, wait. No, this was visible.
He was in the hallway. We saw the video.
You see that video. It comes out later. You're like, that's not the closet. That's the hallway. He didn't give a fuck. Like you can tell that he was already.
Nah, New York is dope. Because when Fab, he was like, "Yo, Fab, we ain't party." Fab was like, "Nah, we partying tonight."
He's like, "No, like, but he didn't party." Yeah. And I'm like, "Yo, they let that one go." Like I had to say something about it later because I was like, "Oh, it was."
What does it feel like all these years? You being the only one calling this out?
I look like I've been the crazy guy for a long time.
They said you're a hater. They said you're crazy.
You're do this, yeah. And now everybody's complaining. My is hurting. There's all this shit that's coming.
50, you can't make jokes about it.
No.
The internet might come for you, bro.
All I'm saying
it might come for you.
You see it now. All of these complaints. People were damn, they were and pillaged. What was going on? Right? And what do I get for I went through years of a hater. You're a hater. You want this and that. I'm just watching. Like, I look at things and go, when you see the new lawsuit coming with Jay, the part with Jay, I go, oh shoot, like, then I think about it, I go, that had to be there. So when I was saying that he was missing, he just wasn't actively being out there because they was dealing with that.
Wait, do you think there's truth to the Jay thing? There's no way.
Like that. Look, like if you say, I have this thing where I'm conflicted when it takes you 20 years to remember something happened to you.
But jokes weren't all. 50 began calling out others as well. He inquired, why Jay-Z still hanging around him? Then he took shots at other celebrities who remained silent. Y'all knew what was going on, he posted. Y'all just ain't care till the receipts dropped. Jay-Z has been rumored to be involved in Diddy's activities.
And a federal judge has ruled the woman alleging she was raped by Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs can remain anonymous. The woman says both men raped her at a party when she was 13 years old. Jay-Z's legal team had fought to get the case dismissed, arguing his accuser should have to reveal her name. But the judge disagreed. ABC's Morgan Norwood has the latest.
A legal victory for the woman who is suing Jay-Z for allegedly raping her when she was 13. A federal judge ruling the woman can proceed with the case while remaining anonymous, at least for now. But the judge also chastising the lawyers representing Jay-Z, accusing them of trying to fast-track the judicial process by repeatedly filing motions to reveal the identity of the Jane Doe to have the case dismissed. The judge writing in a 5-page brief that the Carter's lawyers' relentless filing of combative motions containing inflammatory language and ad hominem attacks is inappropriate, a waste of judicial resources, and a tactic unlikely to benefit his client. The court will not fast-track the judicial process merely because the counsel demands it. This latest legal twist coming after the recently filed civil lawsuit by Jane Doe, claiming that Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, and P. Diddy, drugged and raped a 13-year-old girl at an after-party after the MTV Music Awards in 2000, while an unnamed celebrity watched. Jay-Z has vehemently denied all the allegations, putting out this statement 2 weeks ago, writing in part, "This is a blackmail attempt." The multi-platinum artist, who was 30 at the time, now a business mogul with decades of hits to his name, with songs like Run This Town.
We are, yeah, I said it, we are. This is Rock Nation, pledge your allegiance.
His attorneys have denied everything about Jane Doe's account and pointed to some alleged inconsistencies in her story.
It's not just that this story is a lie and that it's not true. It's provably, demonstrably false. This never happened.
The judge writing that while Jane Doe can remain anonymous for now, she may be required to reveal her identity at a later date to allow Jay-Z's lawyers to collect facts necessary to prepare for trial.
Oftentimes, when someone is accused of a crime like this, the accuser doesn't want to be named, and if they are forced to be named, we have seen certain people decide to drop the lawsuit altogether.
Morgan Norwood, thank you. And Tony Busby, the lawyer representing Jay-Z and Diddy's accuser, says in a statement to ABC News, quote, "I will say that the coordinated and desperate efforts to attack me as counsel for alleged victims are falling flat. We won't be bullied or intimidated." And we did reach out to Jay-Z and his team, but did not get a response.
The most uncivilized part? Diddy has not clapped back even once. No post, no whisper. He's just sitting in court, arms folded, as the world lights him up, and 50 takes the lead. It's as if each day another layer unwraps itself. Cassie's words rattled the courtroom, but 50 ensured the world heard them. Loudly. Because while Diddy's camp is attempting to play everything off as complicated relationships, 50's making one thing plain. Nah, you're finished, Fruit Pop, and everyone's watching you burn.
You have something huge coming up, which is a documentary about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, you know, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy. I mean,
but I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated to a degree.
Was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what was going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that freaky shit. Like all of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal. You go to the 90s and Keefe D said he paid him to kill Tupac.
Yeah.
It's a little, like, you get the craziest accusations. You had TMZ created a docuseries. They went to Tubi, but the series is saying the downfall of Diddy.
Now let's talk about the real circus, the freak-off rooms.
And now we're learning about the supplies that were apparently used in the freak-offs. Again, the star witness is Cassandra Ventura. She and Diddy were in a relationship for 10 years. It ended in 2018. Cassie sued Diddy in 2023, and he settled that suit the very next day. That lawsuit was a major spark to the story that has brought us to what's playing out in court right now. This week, we heard Cassie tell her story to the jury. She says that Combs beat her, berated her, and forced her to take part in what has been called freak-offs. They're alleged drug-fueled sex parties involving escorts. Cassie said they were mentally and physically exhausting. She claimed that the freak-offs often left her with sores, UTIs, and needing IVs to recover. The jury has seen pictures of injuries from the relationship, Cassie says, like bloody lips and black eyes that she claims that Diddy gave her when they were together. The jury has also seen a video of Diddy assaulting Cassie in the hallway of an LA hotel in 2016 that was leaked to CNN. That's been seen by billions of people. That video, Cassie testified, shows her trying to escape a freak-off party. Now, the jury has also heard testimony from Cassie about the physical toll that she said freak-off parties had on her. This is an exchange from the transcript. When she was speaking with the prosecution, she said, quote, "Occasionally, I would get sores on my tongue from the freak-offs, the taking drugs, substances, and just friction in my mouth." She says that friction wasn't just from oral sex, but also from having her mouth on things covered with oil and other lubricants. The jury, we know, has seen an image from the freak-offs, but we don't know what that image really looks like. Our reporter, who has been in the courtroom every day, says it was only shown to jurors. It was not shown to those who have been sitting in the gallery. The defense, in its cross-examination, has been having Cassie read dozens of text messages that she and Combs sent to each other during their relationship. Messages like this one, trying to show that she was a willing participant in the freak-offs. Combs asks, quote, "When do you want to freak off, LOL?" And then Cassie replies, "LOL, I am just going up to change and put my ring in. I just picked it up. I'm always ready to freak off, LOL. LOL. The defense is trying to paint Combs and Ventura's relationship as one that was far more loving and consensual than Cassie's testimony.
The story refused to fade, no matter how much time passed or how many headlines tried to replace it. What began as a documentary involves 50 Cent, and Diddy quickly turned into a storm that rolled across countries and screens, leaving Diddy standing in the center of it, exposed and overwhelmed. Few expected the project to travel so far or hit so hard. It was meant to make noise, but not this kind of noise. It climbed to the top of charts in many nations and settled just beneath the peak in many others. Everywhere people looked, the same conversations were happening. And for Diddy, the damage felt deeper than anything he had faced before. The impact was brutal. The documentary did more harm to Diddy's public image than even the most serious legal trouble he had faced. It spread faster than explanations could follow and lingered longer than apologies ever could. People who had never paid attention before were suddenly watching, replaying, and discussing every moment. The general public, many of whom claimed they had never known these stories before, reacted with shock and anger. For Diddy, there was no escaping the feeling that the ground beneath him had shifted permanently. As the attention grew, 50 Cent stepped forward again, calm but unmistakably threatening. He announced that the documentary was not finished telling its story. There was more footage, more material, and more revelations already filmed. According to 50 Cent, this unseen content was being prepared for release, either online or as an added chapter tied to a major streaming platform. The message was direct and chilling. This was not a rumor or a tease. It was a warning aimed straight at Diddy, and it landed at the worst possible moment. The idea that more footage existed sent a new wave of tension through the air. Diddy had barely begun to recover from the first wave when the second was promised. The unseen material, according to 50 Cent, touched on deeply personal territory and old connections that had never fully been explained. It focused on choices Diddy had made, relationships he had pursued, and motives that many believed were rooted in ego, revenge, and control. The suggestion alone was enough to keep the public talking and keep Diddy under constant scrutiny. At the heart of the narrative were three unnamed figures from Diddy's past, people whose influence and presence had once shaped his world. These figures were described as powerful in their own right, capable of changing the direction of everything around them. According to the story being pushed by 50 Cent, each of these figures represented a threat to Diddy's desire to be number one. They were symbols of talent, attention, and truth that could not be controlled forever. The documentary suggested that Diddy's hunger for dominance was not limited to business. He wanted to be the star, not the shadow. He wanted praise, sympathy, and admiration, even in moments of tragedy. The story painted a picture of someone who understood the power of timing and image, someone who could turn loss into spotlight and grief into applause. The public, watching these claims unfold, began to question moments they had once accepted without doubt. According to 50 Cent, some of these stories have been trimmed or removed to keep the documentary focused and watchable. The original material was far larger, too heavy to fit into a single release. Decisions have been made about what to show and what to hold back. Now, with the response so massive, 50 Cent made it clear that those cut pieces might finally see the light. The pressure on Diddy grew heavier with each passing day. As the narrative widened, people began to wonder if the past was truly finished with Diddy. There was talk of old cases, old questions, and old suspicions that might one day return. Some believed that renewed attention could lead to reopened investigations in the coming years, especially as new evidence continued to surface. Whether or not anything would come of it legally, the court of public opinion had already reached its own conclusions. For Diddy, the timing could not have been worse. Just as he believed the worst might be behind him, the documentary reignited every doubt. No public relations team could calm the situation. No carefully crafted statement could undo the images and stories already circulating. The more people watched, the more they talked, and the more they questioned what they thought they knew. The discussion did not stop with the documentary alone. Old video clips involving Diddy resurfaced and spread rapidly, gathering tens of millions of views, spelled out as 10 million and climbing. In these clips, viewers saw behavior that many described as controlling and unsettling. The footage showed Diddy asserting dominance, testing boundaries, and reminding others of his power. For critics, it felt like confirmation of everything the documentary suggested. These moments fed into a larger narrative about control and possession. According to the commentary surrounding the clips, Diddy was portrayed as someone who viewed people not as equals, but as tools. The idea was that power came from taking what others valued most, whether that was loyalty, respect, or relationships. This behavior, repeated over years, painted a troubling pattern that many found impossible to ignore. 50 Cent did not shy away from pushing this angle further. By sharing additional commentary and old interviews, he encouraged viewers to look beyond surface-level success and question the cost of that power. He suggested that fear and silence played a major role in keeping certain stories buried. According to this view, people changed their tone not because they believed differently, but because pressure forced them to. The documentary footage also hinted at how influence was maintained behind closed doors. There were suggestions of intimidation, of secrets used as leverage, and of loyalty enforced through fear. While much of this remained in the realm of allegation and belief, the sheer volume of discussion made it impossible to dismiss entirely. For many watching, the pattern felt too consistent to ignore. As all of this unfolded, 50 Cent remained steady, almost amused by the chaos his work had caused. He treated the situation like a long game, one where patience mattered more than speed. When gestures from Diddy appeared, symbolic or otherwise, 50 Cent responded not with retreat, but with escalation. To him, it was a challenge accepted, a signal that the truth, or at least his version of it, would keep coming. What made the situation even more intense was the belief that Diddy thought these chapters were already closed. According to 50 Cent, Diddy had moved on, confident that time had erased the danger. The documentary shattered that belief. It reopened conversations that many assumed were finished and reminded everyone that history has a way of returning when least expected. Public reaction only fueled the fire. Viewers expressed disbelief that they had not known these stories before. Many admitted that the documentary changed how they saw Diddy entirely. The demand for more information grew louder, and with it came calls for deeper exploration of the past. People wanted answers, context, and accountability. As the days passed, one thing became clear. This was no longer just a documentary. It was a reckoning. For Diddy, every headline felt like another weight added to his shoulders. For 50 Cent, it was proof of impact, evidence that the story mattered and that people were listening.
Where I feel. This is where I feel, bruh. This somebody was sending dudes out to try to me. This somebody was sending dudes out to try to hurt me. And if he was doing that and sending dudes out on me, you don't think he was doing somebody else, other people?
Former Diddy bodyguard Gene Deal just dropped a bombshell, claiming 50 Cent's Netflix doc, Diddy, The Reckoning, buried the most explosive evidence about Shakur and Biggie's tragedies. And now, he's going public with what was allegedly too dangerous to air. This isn't just another conspiracy theory. Deal says he has proof Diddy knew Shakur would be targeted at Quad Studios, ignored multiple warnings before Biggie's end, and that $1 million check ties industry insiders directly to Shakur's tragedy. So why did Netflix leave it out? Let's break this down like a detective. First, the timeline. Gene Deal, a man who worked as security for Diddy during the height of the East Coast-West Coast feud, is now saying he was cut from the documentary after offering rare footage, photos, and first-hand accounts. But here's the kicker. He claims the production team lowballed him, then ghosted him when he demanded fair pay. So what was so valuable they didn't want to pay for it? And why would 50 Cent, a man who spent years trolling Diddy, suddenly play it safe? Here's where it gets messy. The Netflix doc already paints Diddy as a man who ushered Biggie to his end by overriding security warnings and pushing him to stay in LA despite threats. But Deal's version goes further. He says Diddy wasn't just reckless, he was informed. Multiple sources, including imprisoned figure Wadsworth Unique Hall, allegedly warned Diddy's team to vest up before that fatal trip. So why did Diddy brush it off? And if Deal's telling the truth, why wouldn't 50 Cent want this in the doc? Then there's the money. Deal claims he saw Eric Zip Von Zip flashing a 7-figure check shortly after Shakur's tragedy, allegedly payment for the hit, funneled through Barry Hankerson and Jimmy Henchman.
He's saying that, Diddy, he put a hit out on you and Tupac, and that's the reason why Tupac got in Vegas. So, yeah, man. How you feel about that?
Well,
First thing first. I mean, that conversation been out there. He put his truth out there. A lot of other people put their truth out there.
If true, that's not just a conspiracy. That's a paper trail. And if Netflix had this, why wouldn't they use it? Unless, of course, it was too explosive even for them. But here's the real question. If Gene Deal's version is accurate, then Diddy didn't just fail to protect his artists. He knew what was coming. And if that's the case, then the Netflix doc isn't just censored. It's a cover-up. So what else are they hiding? We know 50 Cent has been trolling Diddy for years, but this time he's playing a different game. The Netflix series Sean Combs' The Reckoning dropped on December 2nd, 2025, and it's already making waves, not just for its damning portrayal of Diddy's alleged misconduct, but for what it didn't include.
I think that they don't want, if they was in any of those freak-off tapes, if they played a part in any of those Diddy sessions, they don't want it to get out to the general public to make up their brand.
Deal's claims suggest there's a second layer to this story, one that implicates not just Diddy, but the very people who made the documentary. And if that's true, then the question isn't just about what happened to Shakur and Biggie, it's about who's controlling the narrative now. Let's rewind to the events leading up to this. Diddy's legal troubles have been well documented. His July 2025 conviction on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prohibited activities, his 50-month prison sentence, the civil lawsuits piling up. But the Netflix doc wasn't just about his legal fallout. It was about his role in the losses of 2 of hip-hop's biggest icons. And according to Deal, the most damning evidence never made it to screen.
A lot of them, bruh, for real. They hope he get unalive some kind of way. It wouldn't be a tragedy to me. Some people deserve what they deserve. Because karma don't always hit you, bruh. Marlon Wayans don't know what he's talking about. And if you read about karma, it don't always come back to that individual.
We've heard the theories before. Diddy's alleged involvement in the Quad Studios incident, his push to keep Biggie in L.A., despite the dangers, the whispers about $1 million bounty on Shakur's life. But Deal isn't just repeating rumors. He's claiming he has the receipts. Literally, a check, he says, that ties Diddy's inner circle to the tragedy. And if that's true, then the Netflix doc isn't just incomplete, it's a whitewash. But why would 50 Cent, of all people, hold back? This is the same man who spent years mocking Diddy's legal troubles, who called him a raccoon after his courtroom sketches went viral, who's made a career out of rubbing salt in wounds. So why would he suddenly get cold feet? Deal's theory? Money? Power? Fear? The kind of fear that makes a man like 50 Cent, who's never been afraid of a fight, suddenly play it safe. And then there's the footage.
Because now they see when this dude was talking with his lawyers, he'll do anything and everything and use his money to change the narrative. No matter who gets hurt.
The doc includes clips of Diddy in the days before his arrest, strategizing with his lawyers, complaining about needing hand sanitizer after touching fans in Harlem. But Deal says there's more. Footage so explosive it could rewrite the story of hip-hop's darkest era. Footage that allegedly shows Diddy's team ignoring direct warnings about Biggie's safety. Footage that could prove Diddy wasn't just negligent. He was complicit. But here's the thing. Netflix says they got their footage legally. Diddy's team says it was stolen. And Deal? He's saying the real story was never meant to see the light of day. So who's telling the truth? And more importantly, who's lying? Let's talk about the $1 million check. According to Deal, Eric Zip Von Zip was flashing it around like a trophy after Shakur's tragedy. A payment, he claims, for a job well done. The money allegedly came through Barry Hankerson and Jimmy Henchman, 2 names that have been tied to the darkest corners of the music industry for decades.
It's so complicated, convoluted, chaotic. It's hard to actually figure out what's what, but it's becoming clearer.
If this check exists, it's not just evidence, it's a smoking gun. And if Netflix had it, why wouldn't they use it? Unless, of course, they were told not to. We know Diddy's team has been aggressive in their legal threats. They sent a cease and desist to Netflix before the doc even dropped, calling it a shameful hit piece. They've denied the allegations, called the sources unreliable, and insisted the footage was stolen. But if Deal's telling the truth, then the real theft isn't the footage, it's the truth itself. And then there's the question of motive. Why would Diddy's team go to such lengths to suppress this? Simple. If the public found out Diddy knew Shakur was walking into a trap at Quad Studios, if they found out he ignored warnings about Biggie's safety, if they found out he was connected to $1 million payment for a hit, well, that's not just a scandal. That's a legacy destroyer. That's the kind of revelation that doesn't just end careers, it ends reputations. But here's where it gets even more complicated.
I used to be hurt because I knew the people that she had around her was Puff Boys. So we could never connect like that. So only time I tried to connect with Miss Wallace is when she needed me, and she used Perry Sanders to call me.
Deal isn't just a random whistleblower. He was Diddy's bodyguard. He was there. He saw things. And if he's willing to go on record now, after all these years, then we have to ask, what changed? Did someone get to him? Or did he finally decide the truth was worth more than his silence? We also can't ignore the timing. The Netflix doc drops in December 2025, just months after Diddy's conviction. The world is already watching, already dissecting every detail of his downfall. So why hold back the most explosive evidence? Unless, of course, someone didn't want it out there. And that brings us to 50 Cent. The man who spent years trolling Diddy, who's made a fortune off controversy, who's never been afraid to throw a punch, metaphorically or otherwise. So why would he suddenly get cautious?
Without that. And then us coming up, 50 and everybody, what you made think they get bulletproof trucks for?
Deal's theory is that 50 Cent was pressured, that the powers that be, whether it's Netflix, Diddy's legal team, or someone even bigger, made it clear that some lines shouldn't be crossed. But here's the thing about 50 Cent. He's not the type to back down, not unless there's something in it for him. So what's the play? Is he saving the biggest revelation for a sequel, or is he being played? Let's not forget the bigger picture. Diddy's not just a music mogul. He's a man with connections. Connections to politicians, to law enforcement, to the kind of people who can make problems disappear. And if Deal's right, if there really is a check, if there really is footage that proves Diddy knew what was coming, then we're not just talking about a documentary. We're talking about a conspiracy.
The man put a lot of there himself. So whether it's true or it's a lie, he got to answer for that. And whatever his explanation is, we're going to see. But he said this.
And that's where we are now. A former bodyguard, a censored documentary, $1 million check, and two of the most iconic tragedies in hip-hop history. The question isn't just about what happened to Shakur.
Yeah. What it do? What it do? Like, subscribe, share, comment to my YouTube channel. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you tap in. Make sure you hit that Cash App. Diddy, 50 Cent, Part 3. Part 4 will be coming. And you know what we do. We break it down, we package it up, send it out accordingly. Will Diddy get his revenge on 50 when he gets out with it? Or is the money already on 50 head and 50 don't even know it? We don't know, but we most definitely are going to find out. Part 4 will be coming. We'll be dropping part 4. Make sure you share that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you go to my second YouTube channel, S.L.R Sports News TV. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment over there. And once again, Will Diddy could be getting out anytime. Anytime. Will 50 keep up with the same antics when Diddy gets out. We'll find out. The War in Hip Hop, Diddy versus 50 Cent, Part 3, Part 4 will be coming. Like, subscribe, share, comment to my YouTube channel. You know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. I'm out. Peace.
Yeah. See, now people like to talk, I don't really like to hear them. See these dudes naked, that's why I don't get near them. This rapper's in my blood, I don't even need that serum. Hometown kids, so you hear the city cheering. Lately I've been going off. Think I'm killing now, man, just wait till this my job. I'm trying to PC sauce, I mean every word I'm saying. They don't even care, they want me rhyming off the top. Yeah. Still been going in, been doing this since 2K, was rhyming in the whip. Listening to Under Pressure, then I got good kids. Since a child with the braces, always knew that I could spit. Now I'm going over heads, they spending bread at these bars. I made these bars to get my bread, don't care what no one says. Y'all are such a mess, they want me going down with. I took another route instead, what's up?